Hi, I'm Fiona. Welcome to Celtic Movement Therapy. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate and take you through a somatic movement flow called the Celtic Cross. This is a shoulder movement and it's absolutely lovely for releasing tension in the neck, the shoulders, the chest and the upper back. It can be really helpful for things like whiplash injury or frozen shoulder, anything basically that creates tension or discomfort in your neck and your upper body. As with all somatic movements, everything's taken slowly and carefully and you only work within your own comfortable range, please. Remember, I'm going to make bigger movements so you can see what I'm doing, but your movements can be tiny or you can just visualize and not even move at all. You will still be having a positive effect on the nervous system and on repatterning the brain to muscle connection. Okay, so let's get straight into it. We're going to take a scan first so that we can know where we are now. And then we know what's changed, if anything, when we finished. So if you'd like to close your eyes for a moment, please. Settle into your breath. Notice the movements of your diaphragm as you breathe in and you breathe out. Just for 2 or 3 breaths, just noticing what you feel and making sure you're as relaxed and as comfortable as you can be in your sitting position. You can be supported with cushions if you want to. You want to be relaxed into your sitting position. You don't want to be holding yourself up too much because that creates tension and then isn't going to enable you to get full release around the shoulders. So not slouching, but a nice, comfortable, relaxed seated position, making sure your feet are supported on the floor or you're resting them on a cushion if you're a little bit smaller. Okay. And then notice what you feel working from the top of your head down through the neck, across the shoulders and into your upper body. Is there any discomfort? Is there anywhere you're aware of a pulling or a tension? Are you aware of the position of your head on your shoulders? It can go in all sorts of places. It might sit neutrally, it might tilt to one side, you might have a slight rotation where it turns. It might come forwards, it might pull back. Just notice where you are. Remember, in somatics, there's no judgment. It's not right or wrong. We just accept as it is, but that doesn't necessarily mean we don't want to work towards changing it. And notice your shoulders as well. Do they sit squarely? Do they feel the same? Do you feel as if one pulls forwards or one pulls up or down or back? Just information gathering in your body to notice what you feel now. The brain learns by contrast, so when you notice before and after, whether that's a movement or a sensation or a scan, you can really benefit even more from these movements. Okay, gently opening your eyes, keeping your breath steady throughout the movements, please, and remember only working in your comfortable range. You can either work with your hands in your lap, which might be helpful if you have a shoulder injury because the arms are then supported, you haven't got the weight of them hanging off the joint. Or you can have your arm hanging down. And that's how I'm going to work today, just again, simply so you can see a little bit more clearly what I'm doing. So we're going to take the shoulder through pandiculations in certain directions. If you haven't come across pandiculations before, I have a video explaining them. But if not, it's a contraction, a controlled release, and then a relaxation. You're connecting with the muscle, you're asking it to release, and then you are reminding the brain that unless you're actually using that muscle group at that time, it needs to relax to its complete and optimum length. That means you're not holding contraction and compression around the joint and generally makes the body a lot more comfortable and it works more efficiently, okay, using less energy. So let's get started. Shoulder as relaxed as you can and as comfortable as you can be. Remember to keep it comfortable for yourself, please. Okay, so rolling the shoulder forwards to start with. The shoulder joint is going to come towards the breastbone, contracting through the pectoral muscles of the chest. Pause, notice that sensation, and then let it release back to where you think neutral is, and relax. You might have a little jump when you come back and you release, and that's a great sign. It means that your body's used to holding tension and your brain has suddenly realized actually it can let it go a little bit further. So we're going to come forwards twice more. You can come to the same place or you can come forward slightly differently. The more differences you introduce in your movements, the more challenges you're setting the nervous system. So release and relax. And then one more time, coming forwards, bringing that shoulder forwards. Remember, I'm making bigger movements so that you can see. Move in a way that's comfortable and feels good for you. All of these movements should feel nice. If they don't, change the way you're doing it. A little less effort, different direction, or just visualize. Okay, so we're going to take it in the opposite direction now. We're going to roll backwards. So you're focusing on the muscles between the shoulder blade and the spine, called the rhomboids. And we're going to gently squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine, and you'll feel lengthening through the muscles here, keeping it comfortable though. Pause. Notice the sensations you have around the shoulder. And release. And relax. And again, drawing back, so the arm rotates, shoulder pulls back. Think about the shoulder blade sliding across the rib cage towards the spine. Pause. And release. And relax. And then one last time, remembering you can change the angle if you want. Challenge your body, explore what you can do. And release. And relax. Okay, you might find you have some twitches in your arm or hand. That's quite natural as the body starts to adjust. If you have any unpleasant sensations in your hand or pins and needles, back off your pressure. You're just irritating the nerves in the shoulder a little. Okay, so we're going to come up towards the ear this time. Keep it controlled. The upper trapezius muscles in the shoulder can be quite tight and they can be overactive and willing to pull the shoulder up rapidly. We want to keep that control. So just squeeze a little bit towards the ear and hold. And then let it release. Really visualizing that length you're creating down the neck from the ear to the shoulder. And then let it go. Twice more. Coming up and squeeze and pause. And then down and relax. Lovely, one last time. Playing with where you're using the shoulder, coming up and pause and release. And let it relax. The more control you exert, the more you're strengthening the nervous system. So try and avoid it just dropping down. Bring it down smoothly in as controlled a way and smoothly as you can manage. Okay, last direction, we're going to take the armpit towards the hip. You don't want to be leaning over with this, so it's quite a small movement. You just want to reach down. Again, if you're feeling pins and needles in your fingers, back off your effort. So the shoulder comes down and then comes back up and releases. Twice more, changing the angle if you want. You want to reach down, come up, and relax. So you're really feeling those muscles around the side of the rib cage. You're not taking your body over, just the shoulder coming down, which might be, as I say, a small movement. Whatever is comfortable. And release. And relax. Okay. So notice the sensations that you have around that shoulder. And then we're going to move into integrations. And the integrations are a circling movement. They're going to join up all the points that you've just moved into. So we're going to come up towards the ear to start with, and then we're going to circle forward slowly and smoothly. And your circle can be as big or as small as you like. The only rule is that it's comfortable. You're exploring, putting together all those movements you just made, allowing the brain to integrate any changes that have happened, allowing the muscle groups to work together in coordination to move around the joint. If you find that you have somewhere on your circle that you lose connection a little bit, you're not sure where your shoulder is, or it feels a little bit stiff, you can use micro movements. So you would just move backwards and forwards a couple of times, not too much, through that area, just waking up the system and allowing you a little bit more connection. So up to 5 circles coming forwards and then relaxing back to neutral. And then we're going to bring it up towards the ear, and this time we're going to circle backwards. Again, smooth and slow, keep it controlled. Whatever size you want your circle to be, it can be tiny, it can be visualization, it might be that it's quite a large movement, but no strain. Let your body just lean into that movement and really enjoy it. Again, up to 5. But if you want once or twice, that's absolutely fine. Less is always more with somatics. There's no point in pushing your body into fatigue because you lose the benefits. And the more you listen to your feedback and the more connected you are, the more changes you can implement. Coming back to neutral and relax. And then take a moment, just notice how the shoulder that you've worked with feels compared with the shoulder that you haven't yet. Is there a difference? From looking on the camera, I think I can actually see that the shoulder I've just worked with has dropped a little compared with the other one. So you can have, if you're doing this in front of a mirror, you can have a visual notice of what's happening, but also you can sense what's happening. You might feel that your chest feels more open, the shoulder feels lower, sometimes just a little bit more comfort. And sometimes, remember, there's no right or wrong. Some days you won't feel any changes at all. You might not be able to get that connection, and that's fine too. You can trust the process, trust the movements, and then if you keep doing this in your practice, you will feel a change. Okay, so moving on to the other shoulder, remember hand on the lap or hand down by the side, wherever is comfortable. And then we're going to do exactly the same again. So bringing it forwards, contracting through the chest and pause, unwind, back to neutral and relax. And then again, changing the angle a little if you want to. Forwards and release. And relax. Just once more, bring it forwards, pause and release and relax. Taking it to the back, remember you want to imagine your shoulder blade coming towards the spine. So drawing back, try and make sure you don't stick your abdomen out. If your shoulder's a little bit tight, don't compensate elsewhere. And then release. And relax. Allow your body to keep soft. Focus where you want the movement to be. Pulling back and release. And relax. And then one last time. Drawing back and release. And relax. Okay, they're going to come up towards the ear. So remember, keep it controlled, keep it comfortable. So squeezing up. Notice what sensations that gives you. And then slide it away. Keep it smooth. Notice the length you create in the neck. And then soften. And again, coming up. Play with the angles you have available. And release. And relax. And then one more time, squeezing up and release and relax. Final directional movement, we're going to go armpit to hip. Remember, you're looking to engage the muscles around the sides of the ribs. So squeezing down without leaning and release and relax. Playing with the angles, you might want to come a little forward, squeeze it down and release and relax. Always being aware of what it makes you feel. And last one, squeeze it down and release. Let everything soften. Okay, so back to our circles, circling forwards to start with, so coming to the ear, bringing it around. Remember, keep it comfortable, keep it as smooth as you can, keep it steady. You have your micro movements, that's slight forwards and backwards over a part of the circle. If it feels as if it's a little bit twitchy, you're not as connected. Sometimes you can really lose a sense of where your arm is if you shut your eyes. And that's where you have what we call sensory motor amnesia. There's a little bit of a disconnection in the feedback that you're getting. So up to 5 circles, less if you wish, whatever feels good for you today. Noticing what you feel, let your body soften into those circles and release. And then we're going to take it backwards, so starting up again, this time circling backwards. Trying to keep the other shoulder relaxed as well. It's easy to build tension when we're focused. Just gently moving the shoulder through its full range of movement that's comfortable for you. Okay, coming back to the center. Coming back to the scan position. Closing your eyes, please, for a moment. And just notice what you feel. Again, check out from the top of your head, down through your head, your neck, your shoulders, your upper back, your chest. You can scan right the way down to your hips if you want to. Because of the way everything integrates with the fascial system, you can find that releasing something in the upper body might make a profound difference around the hips and the pelvis. So always be aware and open to noticing what you feel. Okay, let's take a cleansing breath there, please. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you exhale, just let your whole body soften, letting go of all the effort you've just put into that movement, all the focus, the concentration, and just let your body relax. So this exercise, as I say, is great for any sort of upper body tension. The rules are no pain or strain, work within your comfortable range, and always listen to your body's feedback. You could use this every day if you wanted to, if you have a serious injury or an ongoing issue, or you could just come to it once or twice a week, maybe less if you wish, but just use it to help your body, and hopefully you should notice some real changes. So thank you for joining me for this video, and I'll see you soon.